Hey, what's up, guys? So basically, we just in Cricut design space. So now I got my images. I just, preloaded it. I started the process on my phone. So, you just find the images wherever you want. So this particular tray right here is just gonna have the Batman Beyond logo. I think this is like the 1990s Batman Beyond logo. I know it might be a little hard to see, but that's the image. And then we're doing a full circle lettering that's going to go around it on top of the tray. So basically right now what I'm just doing is I'm just aligning the the letterings and the image together. Then I'm going to size it. So we're going to just speed through that part and we get to the next part. So as you can see right here, I pretty much got the image to the size that I want. So now I'm just coloring it. So the tray is going to be black and the image is going to be white. So the white Batman Beyond image on the black tray with the yellow around it. So that's pretty much what we're going to do now. So now I'm just getting ready. We're going to go into, hit next. And we're going to go into the, pretty much the getting it ready to be cut processed. So now I'm about to get the premium vinyl. That's what I'm using to put on the trays. So I already, got the measurements. So now I'm just using my machine to cut it, to get the exact, at least close to the measurements that I need. I always cut like a little bit over. So this way I have like a little extra wiggle room just in case, because for some reason I'll just be seeming to just, I don't know, it's like I'm cross-eyed or something, and I just be messing up. I can't cut a direct straight line. So that's basically what I'm just doing right here. And next, you just get the yellow, because like I said, the image is going to be white, the lettering and stuff is going to be yellow. So now I'm just cutting up the yellow part right here. And then after that, we're going to put it on the sticky thing for the Cricut. So then we're going to have the Cricut cut it, and we're going to get into that process after that. So right here, basically, when you put the slab down, now the one thing I did, and you're going to notice is, further on, like in the video, pretty much you want to put the vinyl face up and you don't want to mirror the image. That's why I messed up, and we're going to see, what happens later on in the video. So basically at this point, it's not do as I do, but do as I say, basically. So yeah, you don't want to have it upside down. You want to have the color showing. You want to have the vinyl upright, and you don't want to mirror the image. So you're going to see basically what happens after I get the cut and everything. The white image wasn't really too much of an issue. So now as you see, I do go end up mirroring the image, but the white image is pretty much a mirror image on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. But it's more so the lettering of when I do the second one. But I noticed after I did the first one, I did get an issue, so I had to restart and do the process over. Yeah, so right here, basically, we still in Cricut design. So now I'm just setting up my settings. So usually I have a specific setting. So I might have had to go search. I had to go search for it because this is my first time using the premium vinyl. So I just basically went, looked in the options, and I went and found the premium vinyl, and that's pretty much the settings I use. So it could cut that specific material on the Cricut. So as you see now, I got the Cricut cutting it. The Cricut done cut it. So now I'm trying to peel the design off of the vinyl, but I'm having a hard time. And that's because when I, put it on there and had Cricut cut it, it cut the wrong way. So before you have Cricut cut it, you want to make sure that mirror is not turned on, and then you have the premium vinyl right side up. So that means the color showing and not just upside down. So basically, I just had to scrap that and start over the whole procedure and get new vinyl and things like that. So this is where you see me cutting some more. I'm cutting again because I done messed up. So now you see how it's on the right side this time. I had it upside down before, and you don't want to do that. It's going to give you a hard time trying to cut the vinyl and everything after that. Yeah, see, so now I got Cricut cutter already. So now I'm back trying to peel it, and I'm having a much, much easier time. For some strange reason, you just can't do it. I mean, I don't know. That's because I was using like different materials. So different material have its own different methods on how to peel it. Well, weed it, I guess is the term. So now I'm just weeding it, and you're going to see me put it on the tray. So now it's time to do the lettering. And boy, oh boy, when you have to like weed like little pieces out of the letters, it is super annoying. So basically what I do is, I'm weeding it from the original vinyl. And now I want to keep everything all together. So it's so hard to like line things up by eye. This is where the transfer tape comes from. So I have transfer tape. So basically after I finish weeding, I put the transfer tape over. I make sure it's sticking. And then we're going to put it to the tray. So now I'm just going to speed up and show you that. So now I got the transfer tape over the image after I done weeded everything. So now I'm just flattening it down. You just want to make sure that everything is just flattened down so it sticks correctly. So when you lift it up, the whole image is on the transfer tape. So after you get it correctly down on the transfer tape, you're going to put it on the image. On whatever image you're putting it on. In this case, it just so happens to be a tray. So I'm just cutting it to just make it a little more easier to put it on the tray, without all the extra tape all around the edges and things like that. So I'm just cutting it just to make it a smoother process. And like I said, you just want to make sure that the tape is sticking to it, because when you lift it, it's supposed to lift the whole image. You don't want none of it to be left on the original vinyl or anything like that. So as you see, I feel like it's done. So now I'm just trying to peel it. So if you see any of the letterings pick up, which I did, you just want to scrape it down some more, just to make sure that, you get the tape sticking to the letters. And the reason why you also, cut the images right side up, because on the back of the vinyl, it is sticky. So it's going to stick to whatever surface you put it on. So that goes back to, when I had to recut the vinyl on the correct side, the second time. So this is basically just what I'm doing right here. So right now I'm peeling it up, and as you can see, all the letters are on it. So now just, throw it away the trash. Then we're gonna get the tray. So now I'm just putting the letters around it, because that's how I originally had it in the image. So this part right here, you just gotta line it up. Usually you could do these things all together, but since it was two different colors, I had to, do it separately. So now you're just making sure that the lettering is gonna stick to the tray. And don't worry about the tray, the paint peeling up, because it should not peel up. If you let the tray dry long enough and everything, you shouldn't have any issues with that. So now, as you see, I'm just scraping down, just making sure that all the letters are sticking to the tray. Sticking down, and then once that's finished, I'm gonna end up peeling the sticker. So yeah, it does give you a little bit of trouble. Like, I'm not gonna tell you that's the easiest thing in the world. So as you see, it's pulling. It might be a little sticky, but if you scraped it down enough, you're gonna be all right. So we're still pulling. It is a lot of tape. This tape is sticky, but it's doing what it's supposed to do. And that's pretty much the whole purpose of, the transfer tape, because you want to transfer it to the image and you want it to stick the way it's supposed to. And voila, pretty much it's stuck now. So now we here. It's time to make the ashtray. So now you get your 2 cups. You get those from Dollar Tree. It's like a pack of like 30 or something like that for $1. You got your amazing clear glass, side A and side B. So now you always want to fill up your 2 cups to that first line. So you make sure you get enough resin. You pull it up. First cup, you do it to that first line. Second cup, you do it to the second line. So that's something that you just got to remember doing. If you need a more in-depth tutorial, check out one of my previous videos. Definitely got it on there, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So as you can see, I got to squeeze out a little bit of this because, I'll be using it. Got a whole bunch of ashtrays and trays and stuff that I done made that, you could definitely purchase on my website. Link in the bio, link in the description, everything like that. So yeah, see, you get it both to the first line. So then the one that's, pours out faster, you just want to pour it into the other cup. Scrape it out, make sure that you scrape out everything, because you don't want to waste no resin, things like that. Like, the thing that you don't want the most is the waste of resin. So basically, we're just going to keep scraping, and then after that, we're just going to be mixing. So we're going to do the mixing, and we also going to make the ashtray after this. So I'm going to show you how, we're going to conceal the tray with the resin, and then we're going to make the ashtray after that. So as you can see, I've been mixing for a little while. So now we're just gonna pour some of the resin out and we're gonna put it on the tray. So we're gonna conceal some of the tray with the resin. So we don't have to pour too much. And some people have different methods on how they, cover the tray with the resin. I don't want to pour too much. And some people just, use two hands and just let it slide. Usually me, I'll just take the glove and I'll just smear it across. This way I can get the resin, in all the areas that I need to. I don't have to focus on holding the tray up this way, tilting the tray up that way, things like that. Like, yeah, you can still do that in the middle, but usually I'll just take my hand and smear it across. Make sure you're covering all the areas with the resin, so this way you'll have a nice glossy finish at the end. So the one other thing that I like to do is just make sure you're getting like the edges in between the creases, things like that. You just want to make sure that you just covering the whole tray with resin, but not too much that it looks crazy. And definitely just, after you finish, make sure you keep it on a flat surface, because it's definitely gonna, the resin is still like wet and things like that. Is gonna tilt. You don't want it to be lopsided on the tray, because you're definitely going to notice areas that don't have any resin on it if your table or wherever you're laying it at is lopsided. So right now I'm basically just, mixing up some more of the resin. So I already put the dye in it. And I'm also gonna put some glitter in it. I don't know, it's just me, but I just like putting glitter in some of the ashtrays, just give it a little razzle dazzle. But yeah, so everything that I used, you can get from Dollar Tree, Michael's, Amazon, Walmart, Joann's. Like the trays, the cups, Dollar Tree, the sticks, Dollar Tree, the glitter, the ashtray molds, Amazon. The vinyl, get from Michael's, Joann's, things like that. Like you could get it from Michael's, Joann's, things like that. Like they give you discounts, coupons and stuff. So I like to use my stuff from there. But yeah, basically you just pouring it in now. To your content, you pour it in, and after that, you just let it sit and dry. And the same thing with the tray. Make sure it's on an even surface, because you don't want it to be lopsided. So after that, like that's pretty much it right there. So here's the finished design for the tray. Definitely like and subscribe for more videos.